how's it going? So I want to talk about getting unstuck from negative thought patterns. Why do I want to talk about this? Because it is such an important part of your journey to living the life that you desire, whether you have a chronic condition, chronic pain, or you just want to have a chronically unstoppable life where nothing's getting in the way. So who am I? I am Jenn Dragonette, and I am inspiring women to stand tall with chronic conditions, because too often we close off and we shut ourselves down and we don't live the lives we love. We deserve more joy, more energy, more happiness, and all the things in the world that we want. So why is it important to get out of a thought pattern that is not serving you? Why is it important to unstick and change your freaking story? Because if you're like most people, the life that you are living right now, right this moment, you desire something a little bit better. Even if it's a speck better, that's still better. You're desiring, maybe you're in a business and you want to grow your business so that you have more time freedom so that you can be with your family more. Maybe you are stuck in a chronic illness and you just feel like you are the sick girl or the person that has to say no, or you have this fear of missing out, even though you're purposely missing out on things because you're afraid of a flare-up that might either come from going and doing the thing, or the possible flare-up that might come from after doing the thing. You don't want it to happen during or after. So you miss out on a lot of things, and that FOMO becomes your reality. So when you are stuck in your condition, your diagnosis, your, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, whatever that thought is, guess what? Your brain doesn't know reality from not reality. So if you keep telling yourself over and over again, I'm the sick person, I have so much fatigue, I have so much pain, I'm miserable, I'm sad, I'm this. And again, this is after you've ruled out what could be causing this. This is not like if you have some sort of a condition that is causing this, obviously there's ways to improve it. But I'm saying that, like, once you figure out what it is and you know that, like, hey, this is a thought pattern, this is a thought pattern. Like, for me, I was diagnosed when I had with fibromyalgia when I was like 12 or 13. Like, that could have stopped me right there living the life that I have and that I dreamed of, but it didn't. I started looking at life a little differently. I started feeling like I was a warrior. Like, hey, guess what? Even though my body is saying no, 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 I'm still going to do the things. Well, that worked in a way, but it chronically backfired for me. So getting stuck in these thoughts of whatever it is, if you're diagnosed, if you are comparing yourself with others, if you are, all these things, your brain is believing anything that you are feeding it over and over and over again. So what I challenge you to do is, once you start recognizing these thought patterns, recognize them and immediately squash them and change them into something else. So let's say, as like a kid, you were told that you were unworthy. So this word unworthy has followed you through your entire life, but you didn't really know why it followed you. There was never anything that made you feel unworthy. You were always getting the thing, doing the things and being able to accomplish the things. So where did this come from? Well, maybe somebody somewhere in some part of your life said you were unworthy. Well, that word stuck with you. So it started coming out in your actions because you were always thinking about this word of I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not this, I'm not that. Whatever it is, you are constantly changing this. So one of the things I suggest doing is, as soon as you start to notice yourself say, I can't, I am, I this. I believe in I am statements, but if you are saying things like I am unworthy, I am going to fail, I am not enough, I am the sick girl, I am the girl with chronic pain, I am the chronic flaker because I never know when my flare-ups are. If you are finding that your I am statements are not positive, that's the first place to start. We got to start changing those. I am strong, I am enough, I am great, I am not the sick girl, I am powerful, I am empowered, I am standing tall with chronic pain, or whatever it is. That's part of the standing tall message, is that you can stand tall even if there are conditions or underlying factors that have taught you to close off and shut down and not do all the things. You can have all the things. But the first place to start is in your mind. And I know that sounds so woo-woo, and that sounds so crazy, because all we want to do these days is get dumped into the sick care system that's going to give us a magic pill or a magic that or a magic that. I'm not saying pills, I'm not saying surgeries, and I'm not saying supplements are bad. But you can't rely on them alone, because then you've thrown off all these other things. So it's really important to recognize, like, what are you manifesting in your life by what are you thinking about your life? And I know a lot of you are thinking, like, I don't understand. Guess what? My list of diagnoses is so freaking long. It's so long. But you know what was different about me is that I accepted the diagnosis and I said, screw you, diagnosis. I'm going to find a way to live a better life, even though you are part of my life. So I haven't gotten rid of any of these diagnoses or these stamps of in the medical world of what's wrong with me. I have just learned to put those thoughts and those feelings in the back seat, or heck, most of the time in the trunk locked up, and drive my own life journey car. And that's what happens, is if you get stuck in these thought patterns, it's like, you know those stupid roundabouts? I hate those roundabouts. Nobody knows how to drive in them around here. I don't know from where you're at if you have roundabouts, and nobody knows how to use them either. But you can get stuck and you can just go around and around. I'm the sick girl, I'm the sick girl, I'm the sick girl, I'm the sick girl. Well, guess what? You'll always be the sick girl. I'm unstoppable, I'm unstoppable. Great. So that's part of, you know, like why I came up with the Standing Tall and why my crew is called the Chronically Unstoppable crew, because we are chronically unstoppable. Like, even though there's chronic conditions, whether that's chronic thoughts, you know, physical, mental, whatever it is, we are still freaking unstoppable. It's pretty awesome. So I know that it's really hard when you are stuck in the thought pattern to see what it is you're stuck in. And if you ever want to just, you know, dump it all out and tell me, hey, like, send me a private message, or you can put it here, or send me a voice message or whatever. I'm always around. But if you want to try to dig through some of that, that's what I do. Like, let's dig out. Let's see where this thing is manifesting from. Like my chronic pain, I don't know if you've heard my chronic pain, my angry toddler shoulder, but I have an angry toddler living in my shoulder. I don't really, but that's what my physical therapist taught me. Because on the days that I have emotional stress, guess what? My shoulder hurts really bad. Yes, it physically had a problem. I physically injured it. I physically had to have surgery on it. But guess what? Like, it's healed. But my body is keeping score and remembering this pain, because we learn pain, and we have pain. Pain is a warning system. So when I get emotionally stressed out, instead of feeling it in my stomach and my chest like I used to, my shoulder flares up. Well, at that moment, I always address, like, boom, what are my thoughts? I gotta start switching these. What am I grateful for? A gratitude list every morning is a great thing. And make sure on that gratitude list, you're giving your body gratitude, because self-love and body love helps a lot when it comes to dealing with chronic symptoms that are showing up. So I don't know if any of this is helpful, but I hope it is. And I hope you have a great day. So bye for now. Maybe.